Hello, my little mathematicians. I'm going to help you get started on E-16, okay? What I want you to do for each of these is to practice showing the undoing step. I know that you can solve a lot of these in your head, but show the undoing step, check your work, and then graph your answer. So I'll do one of each of these types, okay? And then I want you to try the rest. So for the first one, try to get k by itself by doing the inverse of minus 5, which is plus 5. Whatever you do to one side, do to the other. 5 minus 5 is 0. So now you have k by itself, right? And then simplify the other side. 7 and 5 make 12. Carry the 1, and 1 and 1 make 2. So you think that k is 22. So that would mean that on your graph, you'd have 22 in the middle with a dot at it, and then do one number bigger and one number smaller. Okay, now to check yourself, rewrite the original equation. Substitute in what you think k is. You think it's 22. And then simplify. 22 minus 5, borrow. 12 minus 5 is 7. Bring down the 1. You get 17 equals 17. That's a true statement. So then you know with confidence, yes, 22 was indeed the right answer. Okay, same thing for number 4. Even though it looks different, you're still doing the inverse step. But this time, the inverse of multiplication is to divide by that number, preventing f from being by itself. Well, 6 divided by 6 is 1. So you have 1 times f, which is just f, equals 18 divided by 6 is 3. So you think f is 3. So you'd put a dot at 3, do one number bigger and one number smaller for your graph. And then to check yourself, you would rewrite the original equation, substitute in what you think f is. You think f is 3, and see if it makes a true statement. 6 times 3 is 18. Bring down equals 18. And yes, it is a true statement. So you know with confidence that 3 was the right answer. And finally, for the last one, to get j by itself, the inverse of dividing by 9 is to multiply by 9. Whatever you do to one side, you gotta do to the other. 9 times 10 is 90. And when you went over to this side, these 9s canceled because 1 and 1, right? They would cross cancel. And then 1 times j is just j. So you think j is 90. So draw a dot at 90. Do one number bigger, one number smaller, and then check yourself to make sure that you're right. It was 10 equals j over 9, but you think j is 90. Well, 90 divided by 9 is 10. You get 10 equals 10, which is a true statement. So then you know that 90 was the correct answer. Let's go ahead, and I want you guys to try number 10. Try to set up the equation and solve it. Okay, and yes, I know that a lot of you guys can just solve it, but I also want you to create the equation. Pause the video, try it, and then unpause it to check yourself. Okay, now that you unpause the video and you're back with us, it says Taryn buys 8 identical glasses. Her total is 48 before tax. Write and solve an equation to find how much Taryn pays per glass. Okay, so she buys 8 glasses. We don't know how much each one is, but it's 8 times however much each one costs equals the total cost. Okay, in order to solve for x, I would do the inverse of multiplying, which is to divide by 8. Whatever you do to one side, do to the other. 8 divided by 8 is 1. So you have 1x equals, well, 48 divided by 8 is 6, which means it was $6 per glass. Okay, that's the correct answer, but you could have done the equation 8x equals 48, or some of you may have said the total is 48. If I divide that by how many glasses I buy, that should tell me how much each one costs. That's an equation as well. And then 48 divided by 8 is 6. You get 6 equals x, or $6 per glass. Okay, now I want you guys to try to finish all the ones up in the top that we skipped. Again, please practice showing the undoing step, plug it back in to check, and graph your answers. Pause it and then unpause it when you think you have it. Okay, now that you unpaused it, I'm going to show the answers. And if you got 100%, great job. If not, why don't you go back and try to solve some other ones that are similar to the ones that you missed. All right. Congratulations, my little mathematicians. You got this. And if you need it to show longer, just go ahead and pause the video.